Here.
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 Quiet. Shh. 1 minute.
I'm here.
Commissioner Barbas,
Here.
Commissioner Bauer,
Here.
Commissioner Rosen,
Here.
Commissioner Dominguez.
Here.
We have a quorum. Adequate notice of today's regular public meeting of the Board of Commissioners of the Gateway Development Commission has been provided in accordance with the Commission's enabling legislation. The agenda and public documents pertaining to the board meeting have been made publicly available on the Gateway Program's website. Notice of the meeting was posted to the website 5 business days before the meeting, and public notice of the time and place of the meeting was provided to appropriate media outlets. A video recording of this meeting will be posted on the Gateway Program website.
Thank you. The next item on today's agenda is a report on the minutes of the August 28th, 2024 meeting of the board. I will now turn to Ms. Anderson for a report on the minutes of that meeting.
Copies of the minutes of the meeting of August 28, 2024 were delivered in electronic form by myself to the governors of New York and New Jersey on August 28, 2024. The time for action by the governors of New York and New Jersey expired at midnight on September 12, 2024, at which time actions recorded in the minutes went into full force and effect.
Thank you, Ms. Anderson. We will now turn to the GDC staff for a time-lapse video of ongoing construction and an update on the Gateway program. Thank you.
Morning, Commissioners. Thank you. Start just before we get into the meat of the update with a very short time-lapse video later today on our website and our social media platforms. And we wanted you all and those watching today a chance to take a quick look at this before we get into the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. I wanted to give you, before I turn it over to my colleagues, give you a quick forecast for the rest of the year so you and the public know what to expect. Obviously, as you saw in the video, there is construction that is actively underway at the concrete casing site, the HYCC3 site, as well as the Tunnelly Avenue. But for the rest of the year, we've already released the Hudson River Tunnel RFQ, which went out in October. In a few short weeks, we'll be releasing the RFQ for the New Jersey surface alignment. The proposals for the Manhattan Tunnel contract are due sometime in November of 2024. And as required by the bylaws of GDC, the board will consider the 2025 operating budget in December. The tunnel boring machines will be ordered by November or December of this year. And when you look at the cumulative work that has been happening over the last 2 years and 6 months, we have 9 packages that make up the Hudson Tunnel project. 7 out of the 9 packages will either be under construction or in procurement by the end of this year. So a significant amount of work is happening on site and in our finance department to make sure we apply for reimbursements. But I just wanted to give you a forecast of what is happening. I'm now going to turn it over to Hamid Najad, our acting CTO. Hamid.
Thank you, Chris, and good afternoon, Commissioners. I'm very excited to share the progress we've made on our active sites, thanks to everybody, including our partners, Port Authority, New Jersey Transit, Amtrak, and State of New York. Tunnel Avenue Bridge, as you're looking at right now, is basically almost 48% complete. Phase 1, we have poured basically the north, south, and center footings. We have also poured the south abutment, center pier crash. We are ready to be pouring the north abutment next week, following the pier cap. What that means is by end of October, we'll be ready to install the precast box beams on top, pour the slab, and we are ready to shift traffic on phase 1 and go to our next phase. Some facts on the Hudson Yard HYCC 3, good progress in place. As you're seeing on the left picture, this is the underpinning of the historical High Line, and on the right, you see jet grouting. To date, we have 65% of the secant piles complete, and over 17,000 tons of soil have been excavated. I just want to get into a little bit more details on here for statistics. We have done 113 out of 143 of the west mass jet grouting. We have done 22 of 30 of H-piles. Basically, east mass jet grouting, 5 out of 74. Mini piles under high lines, 38 out of 40. And basically, all the test pits are complete. The jet grouting under the high line, 46 out of 46 complete. And to date, we have done 99 of 99, the secant pile for the wall boring. So this is the HRGS, the Hudson River Ground Stabilization. We are at or close to 15% complete. We have finished the first phase, which is 100 by 100 for the cofferdam, which includes 53 of the king piles, as you're seeing, which go tight and tight to the interlocking sheet piles, 45 of 45. We have installed the east mobile wall. What that means is by next week, we are ready to do the deep soil mixing on basically the test section. So I'm going to conclude my basically slides. Good partnership here. Everybody's doing a good job, and I will hand it back to Chris. Thank you.
Commissioners, I'm going to turn it over to Pat McCoy, our CFO, to give you a quick update on the financials.
Thank you, Chris, and good afternoon, Commissioners. Before you see a slide demonstrating that the Hudson Tunnel project is fully funded. Beginning in January, we secured $1.016 billion through an agreement with Amtrak. In June 2024, we secured the RAISE grant for the Tunnelly Avenue project. Of course, in July was a monumental month. We closed on the $6.88 billion full funding grant agreement, $4 billion representing the evidence through 3 RIF loans, representing the local share of the Hudson Tunnel project, a $500 million revolving liquidity facility with Bank of America, and cash contributions from New York, New Jersey, and the Port Authority. Most recently, in September, we announced that the Federal State Partnership, or FSP grant, has been executed with the Federal Railroad Administration for $3.8 billion. All funding is secured. In addition, I want to just emphasize that funds are immediately available from the FFGA in the amount of $800 million, and from the Federal State Partnership grant of $1.9 billion. Those are appropriations that have already been made by Congress, and so that funding is immediately available to us. And of course, as are the RIF loans and the liquidity facility. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. Commissioners, today you have three items for consideration. One is legal services. As you know, under the FTA rules, we have to have FTA compliant procurement. The procurement folks have gone through a process to make sure it's compliant, so these expenses can be reimbursable under the CIG grant. Second is an extension or a not to exceed amount for a contract we currently have with EY, our financial advisors. And the third is a project labor agreement for Manhattan Tunnel. As you know, the last item is the third PLA we've now finalized. One was for Tonnelle Avenue. One was for the Palisades project. The second one is for Manhattan. And obviously, we're working on others for the other projects that are coming along the pipeline. With that, I'm going to turn it over to you, Co-Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Calori and the rest of the GDC staff for your update. I just want to say this meeting is a little bittersweet. We are, of course, making tremendous progress, as everyone can see, and of course, you just saw the video on what's going on. However, this is our CEO, Chris Calori's last board meeting, and I just want to say, Chris, you've been an incredible leader whose work has built an organization and partnerships that will last a very long time. You have shown dedication, fairness, and of course, unwavering commitment to this project, and your efforts have brought us to this point, and we'll certainly miss you, your presence and your expertise, and I wish you all the luck in your next endeavor, and really thank you for everything you've done for Gateway, my friend.
Thank you.
Wish you all the luck
Thank you,
in the future.
Thank you.
I don't know, Vice Chair Co-Chair or Co-Chair Glenn, if you have anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, this is I would like to echo everything that Co-Chair Graywall just said, and I think that, you know, we all know that projects of this magnitude, they don't get built by org charts, they get built by people, and Chris has brought an incredible level of discipline and momentum to this project that was lacking when he got here, and for that, I know we are all incredibly grateful for. And Chris, I will also say that, you know, navigating multiple stakeholders is never easy. You've done it with an incredible level of both intellect and I think diplomacy, and we're all to the better for it. And you know, you're sort of a walking example of somebody who understands it's about the work we do and not about us. And you know, I'm grateful for that. And I know Amtrak as an entity was very happy with the work that you've done, and again, join in our sort of sadness that you're sort of moving on, but you've left us in a good spot. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair.
I just want to, again, it's Alicia, and I would like to just, of course, echo what everybody else just said, but also, Chris, you and I basically started on day one together, and so I want to thank you very much for throwing your entire, your body and your mind in front of this project, and I think that we have just accomplished so much over the past 2.5 years or so that, again, we are positioned for continued success largely to your leadership. And I know that we are very, very sad to see you leave, but suspect that life is long and that all of our paths will cross again. And just want to thank you and everybody on your team from the New York side for just how extraordinarily diplomatic and hardworking you've been, and what a pleasure it's been to work with you.
Thank you.
And good luck.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach Glenn. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair and Co-Chair, and of course, Chris and team. I note for the record that the Commission has solicited virtual comments from the public in advance of and during today's meeting. A form for soliciting these comments was posted to the GDC website in advance of the meeting. The comment form for virtual participation is available throughout today's meeting. The Commission received 3 virtual public comments by 5 p.m. on Thursday, October 10th, 2024, from the following individuals: Robert Bryant from the Utility and Transportation Association of New Jersey, Sophie Capello from the Regional Planning, Our Plan Association, Build Gateway Now Coalition, and Mike Sidani from Michael Baker International. If any virtual comments are received during today's meeting, they will be distributed to the board and posted on the Gateway Program website after today's meeting. All public comments received will also be filed in the commission's records. Over to you, Mr. Flory.
Thank you, Co-Chair. The first resolution I'd like for you to consider is an authorization to award a legal services contract, an on-call contract.
Do any of the commissioners wish to comment? Is there a motion from a commissioner to consider this resolution?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? I move this motion to a vote. Ms. Anderson, please.
Co-Chair Glenn,
Yes.
Co-Chair Graywolf-Verk,
Yes.
Vice Chair Kosha,
Yes.
Commissioner Barbas,
Yes.
Commissioner Bauer,
Yes.
Commissioner Dominguez,
Yes.
Commissioner Rosen.
Yes.
The motion passes.
The next resolution is a resolution to increase a not to exceed amount contract for EY.
Thank you, Chris. Do any of the commissioners wish to comment? Is there a motion from a commissioner to consider this resolution?
So moved.
Thank you, Janine. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? I move this motion to a vote. Ms. Anderson, please call the roll.
Co-Chair Glenn,
Yes.
Co-Chair Graywolf-Verk,
Yes.
Vice Chair Kosha,
Yes.
Commissioner Barbas,
Yes.
Commissioner Bauer,
Yes.
Commissioner Dominguez,
Yes.
Commissioner Rosen.
Yes.
The motion passes.
The last resolution, Commissioners, for your consideration is the vote on the project labor agreement for the Manhattan Tunnel project.
Thank you, Chris. Any of the commissioners wish to comment?
And she's like, but now it's so many.
Is there a motion from a commissioner to consider this resolution?
So moved.
Is there a second, please?
Second.
Any discussion? I move this motion to a vote. Ms. Anderson, please call the roll.
Co-Chair Glenn,
Yes.
Co-Chair Graywolf-Verk,
Yes.
Vice Chair Kosha,
Yes.
Commissioner Barbas,
Yes.
Commissioner Bauer,
Yes.
Commissioner Dominguez,
Yes.
Commissioner Rosen.
Yes.
The motion passes.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. There being no further business to conduct today, I motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Yes.
Any discussion? Hearing none, I move this motion to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is approved and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you, Chris, and thank you, team. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.